Hi guys, this is Vision Connect Media. My name is Nati and I am so thrilled to be with you today bringing you Narrative with Alfred Burgesson. Alfred Burgesson is the CEO of Tribe Network. He is a community advocate and, like, if I say so myself, he is a great leader of our time, and I'm so pleased to have you. Hi, Alfred.
Hi, Natty.
How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
Wow, thank you so much for agreeing to hang with us and spend some time.
Of course, especially in my home and where I grew up.
I know, this is so interesting. You grew up here. Where are we at?
So we're at my childhood home community where I grew up in Sankara, and I lived in the bottom unit right over there.
No way.
I remember, being from 3 to 6 years old.
Yeah.
A lot of my first memories are right in this space here.
Wow.
So it's great to be back.
How do you feel?
I feel great. I feel inspired just being here, right? So
I can imagine. So we're going to be spending some time with you, just talking and getting to know you a little bit more, and hoping that you guys get inspired. You ready?
I'm ready.
So, you grew up here, moved to Canada with your family. How was that like for you?
I mean, it was a surprise. I actually didn't know we were moving until the week of. They kept it a secret from me because they knew I have a big mouth.
Oh, you told the whole neighborhood.
Exactly. But no, it was, my parents decided to move to Canada because they wanted us to have access to better education and an improved quality of life. So we moved from Accra to Canada when I was 6 years old, and I've been in Canada ever since.
Oh my goodness! Wow. So how long have you been back in Ghana?
So I arrived here about 4 weeks ago. So we've been here for about. My whole trip is going to be about 5 weeks. 5 weeks total.
Wait, I mean, since you moved to Canada, is this the first time? Or
this is my second time. This is my second time coming back. Yes.
How does it feel like being back?
Incredible. I feel like I'm home. I feel, it's a lot to take in sometimes.
Yeah.
But it's also very inspiring and it's just being here in this tennis court and in Sankara is bringing so many memories for me. Yeah, I do play. I do play tennis a little bit.
I know that you play the basketball.
I do play basketball. Yeah.
Tell me about that journey.
Yeah, I mean, when we went to Canada, I was originally a soccer player. And my brother played basketball, and so being the younger brother, I always looked up to him and thought, okay, if he's good at it, maybe I'll be good at it too. If he can do it, I can do it, right? So I started playing basketball, and it took me places and got me to see Canada and North America, and I'm retired now though. I'm retired. I coach, but I don't play. I don't really play competitively anymore.
But did you ever think that you were gonna go pro someday?
It was a dream. What happened? I mean, life. I put things into perspective and thought about what it is I really want to do with my life, what's the impact I want to have, and realize that at the end of the day, basketball wasn't it. It was a vehicle that allowed me to meet people and see different parts of the world, but it wasn't the thing that I believe my purpose to be. So
that's awesome. Speaking of purpose, I know your heart for community and all the things that you do, inspiring young people. How did you get that passion for community?
Yeah, I mean, it's back to why, moving to Canada. We moved to a community in Canada that wasn't very diverse, right? It was a small town, and it was only until recently someone I was talking to was asking a similar question, and it got me thinking about why I do what I do. And like in general, I feel like I've always been seeking a community of my own.
Wow.
And by seeking that, I'm at the same time creating it. And whether it's creating it through youth leadership programs or through entrepreneurship, if I look back, I find that a lot of the things I've done have been around like building a sense of community with my peers through programs and things like that. So I guess, it's a strong passion of mine.
That's amazing.
And it's something that I feel like, to me, this like allows me to connect with the world in a much deeper way,
Right.
rather than just being in it. Like actually trying to be a part of creating it is something that, from a young age, I've been very passionate about, and it's led me to many places.
I did some reading on you. Before we met, and I was, oh my God, I read this about you, and it was so intriguing. Like you giving advice to community groups and non-profit organizations, and even some leaders. And I saw the mention of the Prime Minister of Canada. You gotta tell us the story behind that. We have to hear it.
Sure. Yeah. So I mean, I was doing community work in Nova Scotia for years, and through my own business, my first business was a digital media business. So started, with my friends, and we would sell our services, video, photo, to businesses and to influencers. So I did that for a couple of years, and through working with my peers, we built a community, because there was a large network of people that would be working on projects and supported their employment, and then I spent some time working with the Assembly of First Nations. And so that's an indigenous governing body. And I learned a lot about indigenous communities in Canada. And then I relaunched my first business. And it was essentially a youth-led community consultancy agency. And so we would work with government, community groups on how to best engage with youth. How to create employment programs for youth, and through that experience I gained a lot of knowledge, a lot of skill, a lot of connections, and then I saw that the Youth Council was recruiting youth, and I said, hey, why not apply?
Why not?
So I applied. Actually, the first time I didn't get in. The first time I applied, I was denied.
Wow.
I know.
You didn't give up.
And then a year went by, I applied again, and then I got in.
Look at you. Okay. Keep going.
I mean,
what happened?
And then so I mean, and then we start engaging with the Prime Minister.
Wow.
And giving him advice on the youth experience. Sharing our lived experience and sharing ideas that we have for solutions in our communities. So it's been a journey. It's been about two and a half years.
Wow.
Advising him and the government on programs, and so it's been very fulfilling and rewarding for me.
That's amazing. I kind of want us to talk more about, let's talk about Tribe Network, but before that I want us to kind of like take a ride. You ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Tribe Network. What is the inspiration behind that?
So the inspiration behind Tribe, it came from my personal experience as a Black entrepreneur in Canada. As someone who is trying to pursue entrepreneurship, pursue innovation, whether it's through my community work, youth work, I've faced barriers, and not being able to access mentors or capital to actually pursue the projects I want to do. And so Tribe is really being created to support Black, Indigenous people of color in Canada, and to build capacity through programs, sort of support them in mentorship, training, funding, and then we also have developed a digital platform that allows our members and the people that we're working with to create a profile and to connect with each other. So they can access each other on their own versus having to always come to me or a team member. They can see each other on an online platform. So we're a social enterprise, meaning our programming is all funded by government or funded by partners, and then our technology platform is something that we can use to actually generate revenue so we can be sustainable. Because one thing that I believe in is it's great to have programs that are funded by government, but I don't want to be reliant on government funding forever. I want to create something that has a bit of a balance in terms of being sustainable long term. So, really our mission is to improve the quality of life of Black, Indigenous people of color, and to do that through entrepreneurship and innovation.
Awesome. So do you have plans of extending Tribe to Ghana per se?
Why do you think I'm in Ghana right now?
Oh, okay, tell us about that.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to. I think it makes sense.
Yes, I agree.
There are Black people in Canada that are descendants of Ghana and of other parts of Africa.
Right.
Some know it. A lot of people, they don't know where they come from. Right? They might have been born in Canada, but they don't know their ancestry.
Yeah.
So I think there is a need to have, Black Canadians, know where they come from,
Right.
and to have a connection to this place. And then I also think there's a need for Ghanaians and other African youth to see Canada and, other international countries as markets that are available to them, right? And markets that they can pursue. So, very much interested in building a bridge that goes both ways, because I think I want to see more Black Canadians come to Africa, and I definitely want to see more Africans also go to Canada as well.
That is so interesting. That's so interesting. So how long has Tribe Network been alive?
Yeah, so it's been alive as an idea, it's been alive, I would say, about 2 years. And then as an actual entity, it's been alive for about a year now.
Wow.
Yeah, so, there was a lot of planning and thinking and, wanted to be intentional about how we started. And so we're finally in a place now where we have funding, we have a team getting put in place. And
I was just going to ask you that. Do you see growth so far?
Absolutely, yeah. We've seen growth. We've been able to secure funding for the next 4 years. So in terms of hiring a team, we've got a runway to work with.
Yeah.
So a part of my trip to Ghana is to start planting some seeds. And today I was at Jubilee House meeting with the youth advisor to the president, and meeting to discuss what Tribe's intentions are, what Tribe is doing in Canada, and to see how we can learn from each other, right? Because I can learn from what Jake is doing here, and Jake can learn from what I'm doing in Canada, and together we can see if there are opportunities for Ghana and Canada and Tribe to work together.
That's amazing. So not only are you forging relationships and creating communities and building them, but I also feel like you're pouring your life, yourself into these young people, into people who want to go into entrepreneurship. How does that, and that can be draining sometimes, so I want to know the challenges, what do you do when you feel drained?
Good question. I mean, luckily I will say that I get a lot out of doing the work that I do, because I am truly passionate about building community and building programs that foster community. Not just doing something to say we did this event, but how does that event lead to people feeling connected and people getting opportunities past the event? I truly do, I enjoy thinking about how to create those environments. So luckily I think I get a lot more from it than being drained. But what I will say about being drained is it happens, right? We can all burn out.
Yeah.
For me, going into nature is the thing that I do. I love being in the woods. So with trees, I love being surrounded by trees, and so either that or near the ocean, I regularly find time to have my own space, either again in nature somewhere. So I just also try to be mindful of when I know my tank is being empty.
Yep.
That I need some alone time. I'm naturally an introvert, and I recharge by being alone. So I need I look out for when my battery's going down, and then I try to find some alone time.
Great. Interesting stuff. So I gotta ask you, Let's predict the future a little bit. Where do you see Tribe in the next 5 years?
The next 5 years?
Yes.
I see us, supporting hundreds and thousands of entrepreneurs, helping them start, helping them scale and grow.
Yes.
Helping entrepreneurs hire talent. I see us supporting youth who want to pursue education through partnerships we have with universities and getting them into college and universities. I see us at the 5-year mark. I definitely see us being more of an influencer globally and seeing how we can take the best practice of what we've learned in Canada and share them with the world in tangible ways. So, right now we're working very closely with the Canadian government on supporting Black entrepreneurs, Indigenous entrepreneurs, and youth. I would love to, at the end of 5 years, be working with other countries on how they're doing that and implementing programs together as well.
Amazing. So you've been here 4 weeks.
I've been here 4 weeks. Yeah.
And I know you haven't, been around a lot, but do you think that Ghana has a future?
Absolutely.
You look at the future and you say, oh, this is bright.
Absolutely. I think it is a bright future because the youth want better.
Yes, I agree with that.
Right? And the youth are the ones who are going to be the leaders. There are leaders today, let's not discount that. Youth are leaders today, but as time goes on, they're going to be put in positions of power. And I think, Ghana's future is bright because, the majority of the population in Ghana is young.
Yes.
And because they want better, I believe Ghana will be better because the youth, have a sense of what needs to change, and people are, creating their own tables. People are creating their own new businesses.
Right.
People are amplifying their ideas. Like, youth have initiative here that is very inspiring, and I think because of that, Ghana will have a better future.
Awesome. I believe that too. So how can we change the narrative of the ordinary to the extraordinary?
How can we change the narrative of the ordinary to the extraordinary?
Yes.
That's a really interesting question.
Think about it. You got time.
Yeah, I think we are all capable of being extraordinary, right? And sometimes we overlook the value, and we overlook our own value because we either see something else that's shiny, or we believe we need to change to be what someone else is doing because they're successful, right? So I think that each one of us are extraordinary, and it's about innate, like looking internally in terms of what are the things that you love, what are the things that you enjoy doing, what are the things that you're good at, and like lean into that.
Yes.
And those are the things that will make you as an individual extraordinary. It's not, what's Alfred doing and how is he doing it, and I'm going to copy exactly that. It's like, at the end of the day, copying what I'm doing might not end up making you fulfilled in life, because if you're not good at it, and if you don't truly enjoy it, then you're wasting your time.
Exactly.
So I think to be extraordinary, you need to look internally, and you need to really think about, what are you good at? What do you love? What does the world need? Right? And those, I think that intersection is really where you see people fulfilling their purpose and living out a life full of abundance.
I think you hit the mark right there, saying it's not just about what gets you by, because we live in a world where, this part of Africa, for many, many years, it's been like, oh, I just have to go to school and study something that is going to help me get a job after school, and that's just it. Like, I just want to leave school and then just go get a job and then just have a family and then we're living in this box, you know, we're limiting ourselves. And we
Totally.
don't want to look inside because we're afraid.
Totally.
I think most of the times it's just fear and just wanting to be comfortable, convenience.
Yeah.
You know?
Or to make other people happy.
Or to make your parents. Oh,
right?
yes.
Like, it's a big thing. I think, you know,
Tell me about that.
and the world is going through such a big transformation right now.
Yes.
That, I mean, if you really want to make your life worth living, you need to look internally, and you need to do the things that, you know, set you on fire, the things that you love.
Yes.
And I think, you know, that's when I see extraordinary people, it's because they are doing the things that they love, and the things that, you know, the intersection of what they love, what they're good at, and what the world needs. That's really, I think, the recipe to like live an extraordinary life.
So good. That was so good. All right, we're gonna sit down for a bit and kind of like continue this.
Okay,
Yeah?
sounds good.
So since you've been in Ghana, have you met with any youth organizations?
I haven't met with a lot of them. I've met with a lot of youth
Okay.
that are trying to organize,
Oh.
right? But I think this goes back to some of the things that are needed for investment in youth is like, how do you support youth to, you know, create sustainable organizations?
Yeah.
And so I've met a lot of really talented youth that are passionate about different ideas in terms of whether it's healthcare or agriculture or governance and politics, and
Right.
they are all, you know, creating spaces to convene and to work together and to learn from each other. But I wouldn't call them organizations.
Okay.
But I've met with a lot of youth that are trying and are very much active in being leaders and in creating, you know, solutions or events or opportunities for engagement.
Now that I hear you speak about that, meeting youths like that, I'm thinking like, do you have any plans of like maybe doing like a workshop sometime, kind of like talking to a bunch of youth, like one-on-one, and empowering them, you know?
Yeah. So that's one of the things we talked about at Jubilee House today was how do we create some events in the future where youth in Canada and youth in Ghana can learn from each other.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, and I want to come do that. I want to do that, and I think in the future there will be opportunities where I can come and engage with youth who are working on ideas or solutions, and just support them in the thinking and the delivery, the creation of the things they want to do. I'm very interested and keen to do more of that. So I'll be back. I'll be back in Ghana.
Yes.
Soon,
You will be back in Ghana.
and
Exciting.
And very much hope to be engaging with more youth.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, I believe that, I think that this is what the youth need. Just see someone that they look up to, or they can look up to, like one-on-one, getting to know them, their struggles and their challenges. I mean, the story behind the glory, you know?
Yeah.
To help push them, challenge them
Totally.
to growth. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. So we're rounding up, and I have this question to ask you.
Okay.
So a bit cliche, but yeah, I mean, why not? Final words.
Final words.
Yes. What have you got to say to the leaders out there, to the youth, and I mean the little ones?
Yeah. So I mean, I think for the audience, likely young people, Black people, Africans, I hope, you know, at the end of the day, it goes back to what we were talking about in the car in terms of like, you have to do what you're passionate about.
Yes.
Right? And you're going to find happiness in life and success and money if you really lean into the things that you're good at, you enjoy doing, the things that you love, and finding the mix of what the world needs and what you can be paid for. So that's what I've done. You know, that's literally the thing that I've done over and over again, to say, hey, like, is what I'm doing, or is what I'm trying to do aligned with the things that I love and that I'm good at, what the world needs. And ultimately that's helped me in my path to find success. And my final words is, you can do it too, by looking internally and identifying what those things are for you. And you know, to always also have a mindset of abundance, even when things aren't, you know, going well for you and you're struggling. Like, you're alive, be grateful for that, and just try to make the best out of what you have, is what I'll say.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So before we wrap this up, I gotta ask you 3 questions.
Okay.
Fun questions.
Okay.
But here's the trick. You don't have to think about it before you answer. You have like 1 second to go.
Oh God.
All right. Your greatest fear?
Spiders.
What do you like having for breakfast?
Eggs and sugar bread.
Okay. 2 things people do not know about you.
Ooh.
Come on, don't think about it.
Don't think about it. That's a tough one. I mean, 2 things people don't know about me.
Yeah.
So,
He's thinking about it.
I really don't know. I'm 25 years old, and
I did not know that.
There you go. I didn't know that. There you go.
What else?
One more thing. I played university basketball.
There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
for hanging with me and just, talking.
Yeah.
Getting to know you was so awesome.
Thank you.
And I'm sure that you guys loved him too. I mean, he's incredible.
Thank you so much.
And he's so smart.
Thank you
And
guys.
he's so interesting.
Thank you guys. And shout out to the production team,
Yes.
the people that put this together and that are trying to, bring content to life and to share stories, like, share, subscribe.
Vision Connect Media.
Tell your friends about Vision Connect. Support
Yes.
these people, because they're trying to elevate our voices, right? You've got to support the people that are trying their hardest to share their art, what they love doing. So thank you guys again for having me. Really appreciate it.
Such a pleasure.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being
Awesome.
here. Awesome.
Shout out to Vision Connect Media. You guys are doing great work. And to the audience, to people watching this, like, follow the journey and support Vision Connect. They're really trying to tell stories differently. They're trying to show Africa and Ghana and leaders in a way that's enjoyable and in a way that's educational, in a way that's entertaining. So if you're watching this video, follow Vision Connect Media. Reach out to them if you have a project you're trying to get off the ground. They have a phenomenal team of artists and producers and speakers that can help you bring your vision to life. So support these guys. They're an incredible group, and take care.